Pike's pushed more and far up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Coming down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Haven't got it! He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon wherever you are in the world. We are live for round 5 of the Sunday Drive Racing from the Hungaroring. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by the wonderful Mr. Mighty Dean Biggles here this evening as well. And just to let you all know, there has been a change in the calendar. So we will, instead of waiting next for 2 weeks' time to do the next round, we are actually actually doing the next round at Kota next week. So you will only have a week to get prepared, and we will be back for round 6. The track itself is the Hungaroring, 4.381 kilometers, 2.722 miles, 14 turns of racing. The format this evening: 15-minute qualifying, 60-minute racing. Okay, and currently the scores on the doors. We will bring you up the scores on the doors and show you who is leading the championship. In the Drivers' Championship at the moment, it is Eric Chu is out in front on 84 points. Not quite sure why that's decided that it wants to show me something completely different here, so bear with me. Why has that done that then? Gotta love live TV. Not entirely sure why it's allowed me to do that, but I can tell you now that Eric Chu is out in front on 84 points, and then behind that you've got Tony Rodriguez and Alex Shen on 70 there as well. Eric Dong on 4th on 58. And then you've got Chris Rosales on 55 points. And then beyond that one, you will have, who we got? Sego Mara on 52, Nick Showwater on 37, Michael Gilbert on 35, Stubbs Hillo on 34, and JB Alcabar is on 27 points. So that is the current standings of the drivers' situation. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just going to sort that out because that is really quite annoying. Why it's not brought up there. But let's bring Biggles in for a quick chat while I'm trying to resolve this issue. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Morning, James. Absolutely. It's summertime in Budapest, and it's not that hot as you'd expect. Actually, track is a little bit cooler. We will wait in participation for the qualifying session that I'll be rolling up any time soon. As you said about this track, well, it's notorious. It's also downforce is king, and passing is notoriously difficult. And it's their first, it's Hungary, my friend, home to the first official wine region dating back to the 5th century. Well, I'm sure Mr. Eric Chu or Mr. Tony Rodriguez will be like, they're foaming at the mouth for a little bit of that wine if they get themselves on a podium and get themselves a little bit further up in this championship, James. Welcome everybody in the chat as well, too. Jim Boost and Sliced and Iced. So we're all saying, let's go.
Yeah, they are. Right. That's the Drivers' Championship currently at the moment. That is the top 10. In the Teams' Championship, Sharknado are out in front on 91 with Animal Style in second. The Dog Experience in third. Canyon Spec Engineering in fourth. Circuit Sprint fifth. Team Mystery Flavor sixth. Kevin and Guy and Racing seventh. U-Haul Racing eighth. Corner Free Motorsport in 9th, and then Barwell Motorsport is in 10th place. Sorry about that, but for some reason it was showing up the last ones. But there we go. Right, we are going to go into qualifying now as well. The Hungaroring, Biggles. Well, it's been an interesting racetrack, right? Some people find this racetrack, how can I put it, boring. That's basically the only way that I've ever been described on it, and that's basically what it has. I've done broadcasts here where I've been working with a producer and he's literally just gone, I can't show you anything because nothing's happening. What do we think? Is it that way though as a racetrack? Is it that way?
Well, it might have been that way in other leagues, my friend, but not in Sunday driving or racing league. Not for sure at all. It's not boring. It's also been nicknamed, hasn't it, like the Monaco without the barriers, or with essentially a runoff area. But no, it is a great track. The elevation change is almost like a roller coaster. And those hairpins, those chicanes also produce great mistakes that can be made by drivers and seizing opportunities. So that's where you're going to get it. As I said, passing is notoriously difficult, James, but it's not always about overtaking drivers on a track. It's also about making sure you see the checkered flag at the end of the 60-minute race.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Obviously, we know the rules. First to finish first you have to finish. We get that. We've got 18 drivers in the race at the moment. Pro and AMs, of course. Pros are in the white, AMs are in the grey here this evening as well. And we're on board with Tony Rodriguez in the BMW. So let's see what he can do and whether or not there's going to be any sparkling times, which I'm sure they will be.
Give us a hot lap, James. Right on board. Give us a hot lap with Mr. Rodriguez and tell us how to get your car around. As you said, 2.7 miles, 14 corners. Let's go.
Now, as we're going down into turn one, you can see we're going to drop down a slight hill here as well. We're going to be on the brakes just at the board there. Into second. He's even put it down into first here, that BMW. And then we've got that short, sharp sprint run out to turn two. The left-hander is going to drop down on us here as well. So again, on the brakes we go into second. We want to keep it in a little bit tighter if we can. There we go, and off we go now around turn three. The little kick to the right, you're still going to be on the throttle. Now this is the corner, turn four. There's a nasty drain on the outside here as well, and if you hit that, you're going to be going round. There it is there, just there in the middle. Tony managed to keep his car in the middle of it as we go off around turn five. Second gear now, onto the accelerator we go. We've got the difficult chicane coming up here as well. On the brakes, through we go, over the part of the first one, trying to catch the curb to get the rotation on the second one, and then now we're on through turn 8, slight feather off the throttle, and then through turn 9, down into second. The right hander running now through turn 10. It's a little kink, we should be able to take it. Just change it up into fourth, coming into turn 11 again, slight dab of the brakes, down a gear into third, and off we go down into the run into 12. We're going to be on the brakes just about now, down onto second gear we go, round the right hander, and then we're going to be running down into turn 13. The left-hander that seems to go on for ages and ages and ages. We gotta wait. Now we can go on the throttle, and off we go round the final turn, turn 14, keeping it locked into the curb as much as we can. And here we go now. We can open it up. We let it run wide. We're over the curb. We're gonna go across the line. We're gonna set a time, and now we are all gonna be on pole position at the moment for Tony Rodriguez. So a stellar time from him. There we go, dude. Hope you enjoyed that one.
I absolutely fantastic riding shotgun with you that one, James. We were both riding shotgun. In fact, somebody was in the back there with the kids and the shopping. Tony Rodriguez setting a 1:44.8 on the dial, the quickest time so far. Has been replaced by Ludwig just recently, so the times can start tumbling too for now. With 10 minutes or so to go, James, you're probably got about 3 laps at best to pull out the best time you can, and you need position in this track.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. If you don't, you're going to struggle there as well. You are definitely going to struggle. You do need to have a good time and a good lap board. Charles Ho's up about half a second. Tony Rodriguez is up a second on his time from last time. Eric Chu did pop it onto pole there. Charles Ho 0.6, Rodriguez 1.2, up 1.3, 1.4. He's finding time, is this man, all over the circuit here as well. So he's got to now just try and keep it, because I think once he gets this one, he's going to be on a 1:43.2. It will be his best time here as well. Good morning, Una. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Ria as well. It's 12:05. I just woke up a little bit ago, and I'll probably be going back to sleep soon because work. Well, yeah, I fully understand that as well. So,
thank you so much. Rio. We're going to keep you awake. We're going to keep you awake. There's no way you're about to snooze off, and we're like, whoa, let's go. Come on. Let's get the car across the line. See? I'm waking my neighbours up already, James.
Yeah, I bet you are, mate, as well. Jake Wishmeyer is up 2.7 seconds here once more. Tony Rodriguez is up 2.1. There's a lot of movements across the field at the moment. Who's going to be going over the line first? It is Rodriguez. He did go into the 144s, the 44.0. What about Wishmeyer? What are you going to do towards the end of this lap, young sir, in quali with 9 minutes remaining here as well? And I think it's going to be an interesting battle. I'd be interested to see how these 18 cars handle this circuit as well. They've got to try and stay together, really. That would be ideal, because if they start getting spread out, you're going to be racing nothing but thin air at the moment.
Some of those fantastic leverages you can see currently at the moment from the circuit sprint there car of Jack Wishmeyer. And obviously the different cars are going to handle the different situations. We do have a McLaren on pole, so Mr. Jack there for the dew point machine there. If you got paint all over it, my friend, the paint that you want to be is the tires and all over the tarmac, as he's going to be making his way across the line there for the 225 machine. And it goes up to the P6, James.
Yeah, 145, 285. He just wasn't quite there as well. Juan Namek's improving slightly as well. Charles Ho's got a slight improvement. I think the top guys at the moment are probably near about where their limit's going to be. If they can break into the 143s, Eric Chu could be in jeopardy, but at the moment The thing is, Eric Chu's out in front by 3 points as well, so we'll have to see how this one all works out by the time, whether or not Tony Rodriguez can beat Eric Chu and take that championship lead. It's going to be an exciting one, though, Biggles, I think. 14 turns of epic action here, and something to look out for, I think, as well, as we've seen just then Jake Wishmeyer go past that dodgy corner at turn 4, that drain on the right hand side, and that curb seems to cause a lot of problems with drivers that I have seen in racing simulators.
Yeah, it's the drain. It just causes problems. The chicanes are deaf everywhere around this track. I used to call it the high chicanes, the white ones as well too, not the checkered and white chicanes that you see everywhere. So it's all a matter of track limits and pushing in as much as you can without going on to those situations, as you said, with the drains. And all that jazz, my friend. I thought you said 2 pints ahead. That Mr. Chu is points from Eric Tony Rodriguez. I didn't realize that we're going to be measuring things now in pints. Okay, we could do that.
2 pints. It's 2 pints. Tony's 2.
It's 2 pints ahead. Yeah. There it is.
Tony's 2 pints ahead there as well. The Red Baron, I do love that one. Hinoges and Stubbs, go fast, don't suck. That's what he's put there as well. Wishmeyer's going a little bit quicker this time around as he's going to be coming over the line. He's half a second quicker. It should be a 144. He is a 144.8 for Wishmeyer. Stunning job. Half a second for Jake Hanlon. That's going to put him on a 146.1. Rodriguez is off the side of the circuit at the moment as well, but it is Eric Chu still out in front with Chris Namick. Yeah, he's going quicker as well, but he's only got he's close to the limits, I think, for that Sharknado team. Do you know what I mean?
Got traffic too, James. Exactly. He's got to navigate this way through the traffic. So I don't know if Mr. Chu's going to be held up a little bit, because you're talking about 2 tenths, my friend. He's pulled off to the side. He can't do it. He cannot. He's been compromised, and that will therefore give him, well, a little bit of time, not that much time.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. When you get compromised on a very fast lap where you're only gaining 2 tenths, it's difficult. It's difficult because you've got to be able to keep that pace up. And I know that might seem an easy thing for me to say, right? You know, you've got to keep it up. 2 tenths is 2 tenths, but 2 tenths is 2 tenths. It's a split second of time. You blink and that's about 2 tenths. So they've got to be aware that that pace has got to constantly come. And if you get somebody in front of you that holds you up, not on purpose, they're probably on their out lap or quali lap, whatever they're trying to do. They might be slower than you, but you can't keep up that pace of 2 tenths. It's got to be on it. It's like Jason Ludwig as well. He's got 2 tenths here, and he needs to be able to get through now as well. Hopefully that car in front, there's a Sharknado car there, so hopefully he might be being towed on the circuit, so that might allow him to maintain that speed that he needs to keep this free. Well, you can see he's teetering on the edge of 2 to 3 tenths at the moment. Still on 2 tenths.
Fear the cage.
Mate, he's going to take a bump on that one. I'm not going to lie. He's coming up through turn 4. There's the curb and the drain on the outside. You hit that, it's metal or rubber, it doesn't work. You're going to end up spinning that back end round. He really needs this Sharknado car to really get on with it, because he's got to maintain that gap. This draft is helping him. For Jason Ludwig, he's going 4 tenths. This is potentially a 144.4, 144.5. He's dropped back a little. Oh, mate, there's track limits there, I'm sure. As well, you're going to put all 4 wheels on the curb. Oh, he's lost that little bit of the draft that he needs. He's only now 2 tenths. Is he going to get it? Is he going to move him? Is he going to be able to break into the 143s? 144.03. He's equal on times at the moment. I've got a funny feeling. I think regardless of this, I think his lap time's going to be invalidated, because he is running a little bit wide at times there, Biggles.
Yeah, it's like track limits. What track limits? I got Cage on the side there. You can see the eyes. In fact, if you look into the ventilation, straight into the bonnet there, you've got Nicolas Cage staring at you at the moment, and you have Lotwick staring in the back of another car, staring around the photo corner. Will it be validated? Will he shave that 6 tenths off and take pole?
No, it didn't get validated. I had a funny feeling it wouldn't be, because of the amount of wide he was going. We've got 3:55 in left of qualifying. Let us know who you're shouting for. Obviously, Una is obviously shouting for Tony, because if she doesn't, well, I dread to think what that house is going to be like come this evening as well. So Una's definitely shouting for Tony. I do actually get woken up by videos that autoplay sometimes. It's annoying, to be honest, that someone can yell that loud about a game day and then it wakes me up. That's the thing, right? My kids watch YouTube videos, Biggles, and I'm very much like, I don't watch really YouTube videos. I'll watch some broadcasting videos, or I might watch something that I'm doing at the time, or if I'm having my chill out time where I'm sitting down playing Path of Exile, I might watch a couple of videos of that as well. But my kids watch videos where they're making something exciting that's about as interesting as watching paint dry, and they're shouting their head off. Oh my God, he's gonna go and build a block. Great. Well done.
You're Minecrafting, exciting Minecrafting.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, it drives me insane how they can, and they call them content, and they've got like 16 million subscribers because most of the time they sit there shouting. And the worst one, right? I'm not gonna lie here. Go and check this channel out. Don't subscribe to it because we don't want to give them the credit. But there's a channel called Lanky Box, right? My daughter watches it. Oh my God. There is a geezer on there who, if he was stood in the room next to me shouting his head off like he does on the video, I would literally go in and strangle him. He is horrendous.
James, you're out of touch with the generation there, because
mate,
that's what the thing
you can't, dude, you can't. I'm not going to lie. You can't do it. Because at our age, right, because we're both on the other side of 40, I'm not going to lie. I walk in, my daughter's watching that, and I go, turn it off. I can't handle that. And I'm just oh my gee whiz, Batman.
And Rhea Raccoon, you better not be referring to this as a game and not a simulator.
No.
I'm going to have some words of you out there, because these drivers have thousands of dollars invested in these racing rigs, and this is not easy to do. Yeah. This is not the F1 game. This is not any of those other racing arcade games. This is a real simulator. But anyway, yeah, right. And James, yeah, well, guess what? I don't know, mate. I can't get my head around some of these content creators. Well, they call them content creators, but either way, mate, there's still a lot of those ones of thousands of subscribers that sit there in front of a steering wheel, staring in front of a screen, and they get thousands of subscribers as well, too. They don't even say anything during the whole race.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Rio's hit it on the head here. I usually leave streamers or something on the ones that are more adult orientated, but sometimes I wake up and it's playing stuff similar to what you're talking about, well, I won't repeat the last word, but yeah, I get what you word. Rhea there, it's ACC, it's inferior. Oof. And it's a game. Oh, Rhea.
Oh,
go you.
Rhea.
Time up, right? Time for you.
We need to pull Rhea into the interviews later on of those drivers that win this race, and then go, Rhea, all right, you want to chat to these drivers that put these hours of effort into it?
And tell them it's a game.
It's going to be like a stewarding room at the end of a Formula One race.
Oh, God blimey. But do you know the thing is, right, technically, and I don't care what people say, I am kind of on the path with Rhea, right? We sit back and we say it's a simulator. ACC, iRacing, R-Factor 2, Race Room, but technically you are loading up a game, right? It is technically a game. You get on the line, you play it, and it is a game. So I do agree with you, Rhea. I'm not going to lie. I have had many informational battles, but if you speak to some people, like Kenton, who does the BSC, and obviously Ewan, anyway, and they both sit back and say it's a game as well. So, I don't know, Biggles, I think that game tag is more orientated now and is circulating more than what we seem to think here as well. Qualifying is over there as well. Sorry, we've just had a bit of a rant for the last 3 minutes. All the drivers were kind of at their max point, and it is going to be Eric Chu in there as well. Put hours of effort into a good sim that doesn't make the cars feel like 5-ton weights. Fight me, says Rhea. She's going for it. I swear she's woken up on the wrong side of the bed this evening, Rhea is. I'll tell you that much. She's clearly on the opposite side. You need to get back into bed and roll over and get out the other side.
So, Rhea, so you mean to say that those $1 million simulators that they set up for, like the Formula 1 teams, Formula 2s, Formula 3s, and other large manufacturers that perform, for the real sim, the drivers get in the sims and they practice for hours and hours and hours at the sims. Are you saying that is a game? Because it's just on a computer? There you go. There's one for you.
But,
yeah.
Well,
and I'm going to be in this debate for the. See, I guarantee I'm going to keep you awake. That's my purpose is to keep you awake as an entertainer here.
Biggles is coming in for a fight with Rhea.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So let's go. Ding ding, round one. Yeah. All right.
I wonder if we could do like a commentators. They do these like YouTubers versus YouTuber fight matches. Do you know what I mean? We could have Rhea versus Biggles in a one-on-one or whatever. No, because the sim isn't ACC. The issue isn't simulators, it's ACC. I drive in iRacing. Okay. iRacing's just as much of a game as well, Rio, I'm not going to lie. We are at the end of qualifying as well, so bear with it again, you know what I mean? And to be honest, Rio, listen, I'm going to tell you something now. Top secret, don't tell anyone. ACC has rain. iRacing doesn't.
It's true.
So,
but then again, James not simulated very well, so there it is. But
yeah, but they've still got it.
Baron comes in here as well, too, for the Red Baron Chronicles.
Boy, here we go.
Right on time, my friend, but unfortunately we run out of time for that conversation because it is Sunday Drive racing time, because we're about to get ready to line up these gladiators on the grid for their game or simulation time.
Yeah.
Either way, they have to do laps around Hungary.
There we go, exactly. James, next stream has me as the driver. Also, James, get ready for a mess tomorrow. Calling it now. What, Kansas, you reckon? Final round of the BSC normal calendar before they go into the playoffs. So Kansas is going to be very, very interesting there as well. It's going off later on. I want to say for you guys, I'm trying to be American tomorrow as well, but it's obviously at 12:45 in the morning for me. To be fair, not simulated very well is better than not at all, though. Exactly. iRacing, you drive and it's dry and dry and dry, and here, well, at least we get some rain. High chance, there's not going to be a chance of rain today. Highs of 25 degrees and a low of 18. Time of qualifying we've just had is 2 p.m. and the race will be at 3 p.m. Of course, mandatory pit stop as well. So mandatory pit stop within that 20-minute window. Red Baron's in now. That I-rating tyre model, though. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
Let's...
well, James, can you go back to that weather report? The chance of the westerlies moving in from the east there. There'll be a high low coming in from the...
Listen to you get all for me. What are you on? Right, let's bring you up.
I just listened to your weather report. Go ahead.
Eric Chu is in first place, and then we got Tony Rodriguez in second, Jason Ludwig third, closely followed by Alex Shen in fourth. Then in fifth place we've got Chris Namuk there as well, and then in sixth it's Charles Ho. And then in seventh place we've got Max Power there in the Porsche with Jake Wishmeyer alongside him in that DuPont McLaren. Then in Eric Dong in ninth, Luis Hinoges in 10th as well in that Lexus. Rich Lee in 11th place. Michael Stubbs in 12th in the McLaren as well. Arthur Chu in the Lamborghini in 13th. Michael Gilbert in another McLaren in 14th. And then we've got Jake Hanlon in the Ferrari, Yoha Ferrari. Raul Tova in that BMW in 16th. And then Jaime Mendeza in 17th. And then at the back in his Audi is Juan Namuk. So there we go. That was the grid of this race.
30-something seconds to go there, James. And I understand about these other simulators. I mean, some of the best simulators out there are actually the ones that actually look horrible, actually graphic-wise, because they're very, very good. Even the proper F1 racing sims they spend millions of dollars on. If you've seen the graphics on those, you probably would never watch a race if it was streamed, because it'd be like, this is like 1982 graphics. Yeah, but they were all about the simulation. We're about the entertainment, and these drivers are about making their way around Hungary, of course. That's the Monaco with the barriers. We'll see how it's going to pan out there, James. What do you got your money on here? Mr. Chu or Mr. Rodriguez?
That's just rude.
Or somebody else.
Do you know, it's really tough, right, to see. Eric Chu this season has come in and he's done an absolutely stellar job. He's been an absolute banshee. He's done amazing, right? And I'm not dissing Eric Chu. But I know what Tony Rodriguez's pedigree is. You know, we've been doing these now, where are we? I think we're on season 3 or season 4. We've been doing this for them, and I've seen Tony, and I've seen what he could do here as well. But we are up and racing. We are green, green, green. As we go down into turn 1, it is Eric Chu out in front with Tony Rodriguez in second place. Alex Shen in third. Then we've got Jason Ludwig here as well. Chris Namuk going up once more. Michael Gilbert moving up through the field. Juan Namuk making up places as well. And then Jaime Mendoza at the back there, but out in front at the moment, it's Eric Chu being pushed by Tony Rodriguez. And currently, Biggles, touch wood, no incidents.
No, absolutely fantastic racing is going to make their way around here because they realise if you go a little bit off the track, there could be big trouble. Remember, a long time to go, James, 59 minutes with mandatory pit stop. Drive-through already for Mr. Chu. What's happened there? Has he gone off track and explored the outer ventures there of the city of Baths?
He's got a drive-through already.
That's what I'm showing there, partner. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but there's a three-way battle actually for a little bit further back there. If you go to Mr. Ho, Mr. Namek, and Mr. Stubbs are all going almost three abreast into a corner. I couldn't even believe that's even possible, James. But then again, Sunday driving racing can prove something different.
Yeah, Chris Namek, Charles Ho, Jake Wishmeyer, Luis Hinojes, Max Power all involved in this one as well. So keep tuned for this. This is going to be an interesting one. We'll pick up how this battle pans out here once more. And we can see here behind, there we go. We're on the rear wing of Chris Namek, who's got Charles Ho tucked up right behind him. Max Power has got Eric Dong coming along in that Lamborghini. The flames coming out the back here as well. Eric Dong has lost that position there. Max Power has lost that position to Eric Dong. And look at this gaggle of cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here as Charles Ho is off the side of the circuit. Charles Ho, what have you been up to this? We can have a look back at that one very, very quickly and see what Charles Ho has been up to.
And who said Hungary is a boring track? Look at the action that we've had on lap 1 already. So far, so good. Just one little mistake for one driver off, you mentioned, but so far, so good, James. They're about to start the second lap. They're going to fall in line of stern, but there's overtaken opportunities. So getting a real close there for Mr. Max Power. He's gone around too. Max is gone. He's stuck in the middle of the track there for the 85 machine.
Well, we've just looked at what happened to Charles Ho there, and unfortunately, it did not look good. Either. He was tapped around. I believe that may have been Alex Shen. No, it wasn't Alex Shen. Where is the car I'm looking for? Here as well. So he unfortunately was spun round. You said Max Power went round at the same time?
Yes, he did. Max Power went a little bit later. There's actually a great battle. Max Power's also. Oh, he saw that one right. He stuck right in the middle of the racing line. Surprised nobody even slammed into him, James.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. He was on the inside, but he just wasn't given the room, I think, either. So it's a difficult one there for him. But I think it may have been Jake Wishmeyer involved with that Eric Dong situation and unfortunately, or Charles Ho situation, I should say. So it just kind of put him round. So I think for Wishmeyer, he's going to have to be a little bit careful there as well. He's battling away with Louis Hinojes. It was Wishmeyer, to be honest, because he has dropped down positions here as well. So Jake Wishmeyer trying to force gaps. You can't. If there's a gap, I get it, right? If gap car, you know, you don't go for the gap. You're not a racing driver. Famous words of Ed, I understand that. Trying to make a gap by bullying your way past, that doesn't work for me. That's not cricket.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, perhaps they like playing baseball rather than cricket there, James. And you've got to go for an opportunity, I think, early as well, because this is a notorious track to overtake. So, and you see those opportunities done and opportunities seized early, and why not go for it? You know, it's you got a long race ahead. Otherwise, you fall into formation, and you'll have to do it all in your pit stop strategy, which is mandatory here at the moment. So Mr. Chu's still leading this race from Mr. Rodriguez, about a second change down the road. Closest battle from them behind there is between P3 and P4 with Lockwick and the 97 machine, about 6/10 down the road from the BMW.
Yeah, now we're on board with Wishmeyer as he is battling that Lexus of Lewis and Hinojes. You go too wide round there, so one of you is going to end up off the side of the circuit. This is coming into that turn 4. He's got to watch out. There's that curb. You can see Hinojes was over it as well. Oh, Wishmeyer.
Oh, no. And that is a little dance into the kitty litter. James has got a new puppy at the moment too, so he's well aware of taking the puppy out there to do its business on the outside of the track.
Yeah, normally at 5 a.m. I'm not going to lie, the puppy's got in the habit of waking up, needing the toilet at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that's wonderful. You know, he didn't want to hold it for another hour or more. I suppose for this one was all right. He woke me up this morning, so there we go. You know, but he is here, bless him. My little miniature dash hound is what I've got. He's asleep next to me at the moment as well. But Luis Hinojes is battling away.
A Australian Blue Heeler, mate. That's the best dog you're ever going to have. And it'll round up the cattle, it'll round up all these drivers around the track at the moment. Great action at the moment too, James, forming for P8. And I think there's an incident. Yes. Is it Mr. Chu's? Mr. Chu's gone to pit road early. He said the drive-through. I was correct on this one, James. He got a drive-through penalty.
Yes, he did. I fully agree with you. So he did get a drive-through. And it's not often I have to say the words, Biggles, you're right. But Biggles was actually right. Yeah. He did get a drive. Hey.
Somebody clip that. Yep. Somebody clip it.
Yes, I don't say that very often, I swear. But Biggles, you were actually right. I'm impressed as well. So.
I did my homework, James. There we go. But man, Rodriguez is going to be a hard target. But I wouldn't put it away from Mr. Chug. Now he can formalize another strategy, James, because tyres are probably contact as well. To James, I think Wishmeyer and Power have
Wishmeyer and Power. What are they doing today? I swear, between
NASCAR race
between Power and Wishmeyer, they should never be on track at the same time together here, because whatever went on, it's caused them both an issue. You can see it now. They're coming out the run of turn 1 down into 2, so we're going to go left hand. There's a wide car there. Wishmeyer again just misses his braking points, and that's Eric Chu in the side.
Collects.
Oh,
yes, Eric Chu's coming the pit road into that. He's not going to be a happy camper at the moment, but I'll tell you what, the number 8 McLaren machine has now full steam ahead. That's what I say. 53 minutes, put your head down there and just get on with it, because the best thing you can ever do sometimes, fuel up a driver with anger and revenge. Yeah, and he's now got the time to get it done.
I always find, though, if you drive red misted, right, and I've done this a couple of times when I did drive, I always find you end up making more mistakes and making more danger for yourself, right? So really, Eric Chu just wants to kind of relax, which is not going to be easy. One person that needs to go out and chill at the moment is Jake Wishmeyer. He has gone, well, let's just put it this way, he's down 11 places, all right? So at the moment, Wishmeyer is down 11 places. This is Charles Ho fighting alongside Rail Tova here as well. Eric Chu's coming up behind him. Charles Ho's going to go down the inside of turn 1. He's going to leave that door open. Chu's going to try and follow him through. Chu here is the pole man. He was the fastest man on circuit. Rail Tova's not giving up. He's not going to roll over like my puppy and get his belly tickled, I can tell you that much. And Rail Tova puts it in the inside in front of Eric Chu there as well. Sorry, Eric. I'm sorry, Rail. I didn't mean to refer to you as a puppy, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Keep fighting, son.
Eric Chu's got a challenge here as well, too, James. And you know what? I'm shaking my leg at the moment when I'm like my leg reaction when you tickle my belly there. That's what's happening. And he's going for it. I tell you what, is this anger or not? But that's an overtake. James gets it done. He's back. He knows he's got about 15 or so positions to regain at the moment, James, but he's on fire.
Yeah, Eric Chu is absolutely flying. He's back up into 15th place to try and get back through the front. I think he's going to make another position nearly there. Charles Ho run a little bit wide. Louis Hinojes with Arthur Chu battling away here as well. Hinojes in the Lexus, which I am quite surprised about. And then Arthur Chu in front of him there as well. So we've got nice little tiny pockets of battles happening. People starting to move through the order. Eric Chu's trying to go around the
Eric Chu around the outside? No, you can't do that.
Jake Hanlon's at a moment. Hanlon looks like he's at a moment as well. Unfortunately, he has lost a couple of positions. He's allowed behind Louis Hinojes there as well. What about going on down here with Wishmeyer and Juan Namak? Yeah, good idea, Juan. I think Wishmeyer's having a bit of a mare this evening. I'm not going to lie. Giving him as much room as Juan did there was a fair one. Chu's about to go and try and go up the inside of Charles Ho. Ho's putting him against the wall. Is he going to put him in the wall as they're coming down into turn 1? Eric Chu is going to make it through, I think. Charles Ho's not going to be able to keep his foot in, and Eric Chu's now up into 14th. Are we watching a last to first challenge from Eric Chu, do we think?
I think so, mate. He's got a 44 flat there almost at the best lap. He's flying. And I said, whatever it is. Oh, calm down. This car's goes off in the air. That is Alco, I think it is. Yes.
Alcabar off the side of the circuit there, unfortunately, as well. Jake Hanlon trying to move up to the back of Louis Hinojes currently at the moment, and Hinojes is fighting it out with the front guys here as well. There we go. You can see in front of him is Arthur Chu. That is the situation here once more. You can see now that we've got a McLaren and a Lambo battle, and then we're on board with a Lexus and a Lamborghini. So let's see how this one pans out. Arthur Chu's doing wonderful this week. Well done, Arthur. Alpha. Big shout out to you as well. Oh, Inoges, you're going to be on the ground. Ooh.
These guys are sitting on the inside right now. Sparks and Afterburners are on the 16 machine. The 9-1. What? The 991, not 911. You'd have to call 911 just yet. There might be an emergency soon, but he's got to be right on the outside. It's got the inside there. You've also got Helen. Everybody's involved in this party. Who said Hungary was boring?
Well, me. Anyway, Rich Lee is trying to go past Arthur Chu. The weirdest thing, I just said Arthur's doing really well, right? And then he goes and loses 2 positions. Please don't do that. You know what I mean? You make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. But Arthur Chu is unfortunately now as behind here. Rich Lee is trying to chase onto the back of Arthur Chu at the moment. They're going round turn 1. What's going on with Ludwig and Alex Shen? Ludwig's moving up through the field in that Lamborghini there as well. He is chasing down Alex Shen, so he's going to be on his path very, very shortly here as well. You can see now Jason Ludwig will stay on board with Ludwig. There's Rodriguez off down the road, so let's see here what Ludwig can do, or can Shen stay in front of Ludwig for the team points, of course. So welcome in, Ash Brown. Racing is good, racing is nice, so let's see. As a slower driver here, I wouldn't be fighting Chu. It just distracts from my own race and slows me down. Fully agree with you.
Well, Rhea, you wouldn't even be racing in the ACC. You were just talking it all down as being a game. It's iRacing, you're all neck of the woods. And speaking of Tony Rodriguez, 44 flat, 0.00 recurring. And speaking of which, Mr. Ludwig is a little bit quicker, my friend, a 44.7, a 45, almost flat there for Alex Shen. So clearly at the moment, Ludwig is a little bit quicker in the Lamborghini. Not a clipper, but quicker.
What's it, Barber?
It's the cage, mate. You look in your review mirrors, you see this big cage-like face.
Hold on a minute, he's a barber. Bear with us as well for Ludwig. Ludwig is a barber. So there we go.
Is he really?
No, I don't know. Oh, he's going to get done. Here comes Nicolas Cage. He's on his way through. Here as well, can Shen defend? He's defending like an absolute trooper. He's got the wife in the back. He's building walls. She's chucking out her utensils at him as well. She might even be chucking out her builder bricks. I don't know, but there we go. Alex Shen defending
She's like I'm
trooper.
getting half that race car, all right? It's done.
Yeah. You better
win. If you're
win.
getting divorced from me, I'm getting the car.
Yeah, you better win. Otherwise the car's mine. Oh, Ludwig!
Oh, what a power slide, James, out the corner. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Maybe he's listening to us.
Ludwig there, and the thing is as well, did you see where he was? Turn 4 on the drain. He was at turn 4 on the drain, which is what we said he had to do, but Ludwig gets a great recovery there as well. Louis Hinoges having a nice little battle once more with Michael Gilbert, of course, and then we've got Arthur Chu with Jake Hanlon behind that as well. Oh, Hinoges is going up the inside. Who said Red Baron that he's going to suck today? Louis Hinoges is on a mission. He's in 7th place at the moment there as well. Great gains from Louis Hinoges. He's up 3 places as we speak here, so he's doing an absolute stellar job. Jake Hanlon is now going to have a go as well over Michael Gilbert, and Arthur Chu's trying to get up as well. So there we go. Incredible racing here as well. Yumna said there was no gap there. No, I believe there wasn't. I think that was referring to the Jake Wishmeyer incident, to be honest, as well.
Ooh, on the inside there's going to be contact, and the 911 machine hits him around there.
Oh, come on. Jake Hanlon getting off there as well. We can have a look back at what happened. We did unfortunately go under the bridge, which didn't make it very easy here as well. But we will have a look back now and see what happened to Jake Hanlon. All right, here we go.
It was a little tiny tap, I think, on the back there, a little police maneuver. He's got the inside here, right? It gets it done, but the speed that comes in from the 911 machine there of Chu sent him around into the
he's up as well,
there,
though.
James.
Eric Chu's also off. Not Eric Chu. I think that was Arthur Chu is off. So
Arthur Chu, yeah.
So Arthur
Just a little nudge, mate, at high speed through in a corner. That's all it takes. She says, he says, anybody says. That's what it is at the moment. So Wishmeyer as well too, my friend, and now
Mate,
Medusa's also having a little tangle in the back.
Mendoza just turns around and goes, no, I'm just going to move over. You carry on, son. Not going to lie. So we do have a mandatory pit stop as well. You can see next to their names is their number 1. That means the amount of pit stops that they're going to have to take. Pit window will open in about 4.5 minutes for 20 minutes. So they have to go in that one for 20 minutes. It's not essential that they take tyres, but they will have to fuel up here. So let's see what happens with Ludwig and Shen. They're back together. Eric Chu is chasing down Rich Lee as well. He's going to try and keep up and have this nice little battle. We've got 2 very close battles here, Biggles.
And Ludwig's going to make a run right now on Shen for P2, James. That's it. So Fear in the Cages now push it all in there. Rio, you cannot go to pass out to have a little bit of a nap at the moment because we've got tea and biscuits waiting for the drivers when they make their pit stops, okay? So let's get to all that sorted out there. Hospitality here at Hungary. And no, so he's seizing the opportunity there, James. Can't quite make it. You have to say great defensive work there from Mr. Shen in the number 2 machine. In P2, the contact! Oh! You can't go to sleep, Rio. It's not finished yet. You have 43 minutes left to go. And look at that. We now have another player into play, and that's Mr. Stubbs.
Michael Stubbs in the back there as well. Now got caught up with the Ludwig battle. Stubbs is going to try and get involved here. Stubbs, Ludwig, and Alex Shen. Obviously, Ludwig did wait for Shen after punting him off the side of the circuit there at turn 3. So for Ludwig, I think it's great that he's waited for Shen to come back on. He realised he made a mistake and then comes and then sits there and waits for him, which is fine. I get that. That's sportsmanship. But unfortunately, he has allowed Michael Stubbs to come into his background now as well. As we go inside the helmet of Michael Stubbs, this is what he is seeing currently at the moment. Going to be going round the right-hander of turn 13. Turn 12, sorry, before we go on the run down 13. So freeway battle with Stubbs and Ludwig and Shen.
Yeah, Tony Maricas is going, what's happening? 11 seconds has changed down the road from him, leading this race comfortably. This is a great squabble for P2, P3, and P4. And yes, Rio, you're not going to bed. And everybody else in the chat, thank you very much for tuning in and engaging. We're loving reading this while the drivers can't read it. We'll read it out. And it's fantastic. Who's going to see that opportunity? Great sportsmanship. And we actually have a bit of a yellow flag. We've had a bit of an accident or an incident there, James, between, I think, 12th and 13th down the road.
Yeah, we have. We are going, and we'll have a look back right now. So this is Arthur Chu, and I believe that's Jake Hanlon that may have just made contact with each other. So they're on that run down into turn 12. Oh, is it going to be that? Oh, it is. Chu just missed his braking point. Missed his braking point.
It hits the 49 machine and is already off the braking point, so that's going to be close. Surprising, James, that nobody sees an opportunity to take a pit stop. Then again, the pit stop window is not open for that. That's the question for that one.
No, you want to try and get
we let you go to sleep. Okay, I know it's absolutely late. Thank you very much for hanging with us as much as you can.
No,
try to keep you awake as long.
See you tomorrow for some great MX-5 action. The MX-5s are back tomorrow at Rio as well. Don't forget, 4 15-minute heats. Come on, you know you like it. Stubbsy smells blood, said the Red Baron. Well, he's here, and he is smelling it once more. He's trying to get onto the very difficult Jason Ludwig, who is also trying to get past the man who's been defending his life off here, Alex Shen, at this moment in time. Pit window will be open in less than 56 seconds. So we will see the cars start coming in for the pits here, Biggles. So it's been an interesting race so far. I'll be there. I know you will.
Oh, I mean, I'm amazed. I mean, as you said, like Hungary. I mean, if this is Formula One cars, mate, yeah, you'd be having a yawn and have it a little bit boring. But Rio would be in bed like an hour ago. But this is the situation. 40 minutes to go. Look at this battle for P2. Still resuming, James. And Ludwig is going for it at the moment. He has to be very careful because Mr. Stubbs out there has got the power. He can sit back and analyze the situation. If they make a little bit of a mistake, I'll take P2 any day of the week. And guess what? He's in this party. The musical chairs are out. Unfortunately, James, there may only be 2 chairs remaining at this table.
Yeah, definitely on that one here. Once more, you can see the battles of Stubbs and Ludwig on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Michael Stubbs behind Ludwig. Ludwig in the Lambo. Stubbsy in the McLaren. And then just for good health, we've got the BMW there as well. All mixing it up. Round the Hungaroring. Round turn 5 they go. They're going to be on 6 and 7. The chicane, the right-left, not really an ideal opportunity for overtaking there. Biggles down into turn 8. If he can get out of it, quite sharpish, he might be able to get it. But for Stubbs at the moment, he's not going to be able to do. Round turn 8 they go. Is he going to be able to do the jump into 9? Nope, it's not happening 9 either. You can hear Biggles in the background. It sounds like he's having kittens. Ow! There we go.
Oh, Stubbs' rear end's wiggling like your new puppy's tail, mate. He's all happy. He's like, the rear end's sliding tooth and nail. He's got so much more speed in the Lambo through there, but unfortunately has to lift off a little bit, putting the pressure big time. And it's great. The pit window is now open, so tea and biscuits and crumpets are available on the pit road if you want to go visit there. But at the moment, none of these gladiator centurions or, I don't know, soldiers are going to be defining that situation there. Rodriguez still leads, and he leads by a comfortable 13 seconds.
Yeah, these warriors, Biggles. Warriors.
That's the way,
yes. No worries. Warriors there. Alex Shen, Ludwig, and Stubbs. They're getting separated a little bit. What have you been up to? You're coming out of the pits. Wishmeyer has made his pit stop. Power's battling away with Arthur Chu here as well. Will Power in that Porsche there with Arthur Chu right in front of him as well, and I'm expecting somebody's going to be peeling off. Max
Did you
Power.
say Willpower?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Aussie, my friend in IndyCar.
Willpower.
It's not
What? He needs the willpower.
It's Max Power.
Yeah, but he needs willpower. Does Max Power to get past the car?
Yeah, that's it. I'm texting Willpower right now. I'm saying it's a copyright violation. This is strike 1.
Oh. I see them from YouTube all the time, mate, so don't you worry too much. Eric Dong battling away here as well. That's Chris Namak in front of us there currently at the moment here, and Namak going on the defensive in that Ferrari. He has got Dong in the Lambo behind him, so that's going to be an interesting one to see whether or not this one can play out here. Can it become an interesting fight? Can we sit back and watch it? It is a Ferrari. It's a very bizarre looking Ferrari, that one, I'm not going to lie.
It is. It doesn't even look like a Ferrari.
No,
you can tell the Lamborghini behind it, and you can tell the Lamborghini's trying to push that left tooth and nail there. Fear the cage, Ferrari, Tifosi. Let's see how it goes. Cagey's going to make a run there. Mr. Dong's going to try his best there for the 6-9 machine, but the Ferrari has covered him off. He says, Tifosi, my friend, I like my pineapple, my pizza. It ain't going to happen here in Budapest.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way to Max Power. See? I agree. Red Baron coming in. Thank you very much here. You saved me. Hash Browns also as well. I have confidence Ludwig will prosper, but my time has been cut short. Enjoy, everyone. Good evening. Enjoy, Mr. Ludwig. Thank you so much for joining us. Jake Wishmeyer has cleared Jake Hanlon, and there wasn't any incident. Hanlon was in the pits there as well. Rodriguez is out in front, right? He's absolutely flying here, Biggles. 13 seconds. Now, you asked me at the beginning who I thought was going to win, right? And it was fairly obvious that I thought it was going to be Tony, partly because obviously when you're a champion, you know, you're going to come in and defend your crown. Don't get me wrong. Eric Chu, drive through right at the beginning. I don't know what he did. Maybe he jumped the line. Maybe he went green before he was allowed to. Whatever the situation is on that penalty. But at the end of the day, Tony Rodriguez, you know, he's the type of person that if you only had one driver to pick in a field of 18, that you could put your house on and they go, right, you put your house on one driver. I would put it on Tony Rodriguez. He's just so consistent. He's just been so, I think, consistently amazing at times as well. You know, he's in that BMW. Don't get me wrong. Bring back the McDonald's Merc. I would love to see that as well. But we're in the BMW for this season. Not happy, you know, you can tell him that as well. So, you know, but for him, he's just always been that consistent driver.
James! Sorry to cut you off on that one, because it looked like I was about to say, I talked about Mr. Chu, and he's had contact trying to overtake one of the drivers. You want to go back on that one, because just at the end of that conversation of your little romantic date that you had with Mr. Rodriguez, I was going to go back and talk about what would happen if Mr. Chu can make his way up there. But look what happened.
Chu and Hanojes, I believe, may have had a little bit of a tat. here. So,
Yeah, have a look at this. He sends up the
did.
inside there. Bang.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to box, I think. No, he's not going to box James. But yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to cut off your romantic date that you had there with Tony Rodriguez.
Excuse me.
You were talking about.
Come
on.
bromance, bro. Come on. You never had a bromance?
I thought you were married. All right. Okay.
Well,
that's fine.
I am, but
Yeah.
she'd be all right. You know what I mean? She'd be nothing to worry about there. As Ludwig is trying to get past Alex. Sorry, welcome to the 5 a.m. broadcast from James Parfitt and a 1 a.m. broadcast from Biggles. I do apologise here as well. Both of us are surviving on coffee once more, and Jason Ludwig is in third place with Alex Shen right behind him at the moment here as well. We're on 34 minutes to go here, Biggles. Who's your pick for the win?
I'm still thinking Mr. 2 can get it done. I want to see about his pit stop strategies. I believe he's a man on the mission. And you're talking about, like, you want to back the best racing horse in town, my friend. Well, if you go back a couple of years in Formula 1, you'd be like, well, you wouldn't put all your money on Max Verstappen, would you? Seems to me you are thinking that Tony Rodriguez at the moment, my friend, is the Max Verstappen of this race.
Well, I'm not
Never know.
gonna pick the three-legged donkey in a horse race, am I?
Yeah, well, you can pick the three-legged donkey can win a horse race sometimes, my friend.
Oh,
Not very
what?
often.
It was-
If all the other horses fall down,
What?
all the other horses fall down, why who wins?
Well, obviously the three-legged donkey, but what are the chances of unless the rider of the three-legged donkey is carrying a shotgun and he's running past them just going pop, pop, pop. There's no chance that all the horses are going to fall down. But Jason Ludwig is not a three-legged donkey. He's a horse stallion. 16 hands of pure thoroughbred as he's battling on with Alex
How many
Shen.
horsepower does he have, James? One.
Lots. Well, yeah, exactly.
1 horsepower. That's it. I'm sorry. That 1 horsepower is going to cut it. We have a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds there for Hinolis. So I'm going to really butcher his name. The only Lexus driver, the number 16. There you go. I'm saving myself on that one.
Hinojas, I think.
Hinojas. There it is.
Hey,
so he
who's
has
the
a stop-go.
Red Baron, hey, who's the donkey? I'm not saying anyone's a donkey, right? What I'm saying is I'm not going to, no, I'm just going to stop now. Let's move on because I could end up getting myself in serious trouble. I could end up getting myself in serious trouble here. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to stop talking now.
James is going to be like, what is it, Biff in Back to the Future going, I hate manure!
Yeah.
Because he's just stuffed a ton of it in your mouth, my friend.
Yeah, do you know the weirdest thing about that? Any man would know we're always in that, and it's just the height that goes up and down. I'm not going to lie. Jason Ludwig. Battling away with Alex Shen. Michael Stubbs dropped off a little bit onto the run into turn 12 here as well. So let's see how these guys come out. Pit stops have been shaping up. You can see Hinojas is in. I think that's for his stop-go because he's already done his pits. Gilbert's pitted, Chu's pitted, Wishmire's pitted, Hanlon's pitted, Tober's pitted, and Namuk as well.
So drive through for Dong. 30-second stop-go. So drive through for Eric Dong, a 6-star machine. That's going to punish him. Let's see how this battle's still resuming at the moment. Fear of the Cage in the 97 machine. Trying to bring up Mr. Shen. And once again, still 12-second gap there for Mr. Rodriguez. He'll still yet to box. Look at that on your left-hand side. If it's an orange indicator with 1 next to it, it means they have to box. If it has the green, that means you do not have to box for the rest of the race. 31 minutes remaining, James.
Yeah, we are now going down through turn 1. I think this is going to be a battle of the wheels here. I think whoever's going to blink first between Shen, Ludwig and Stubbs, the others will follow. I've got the funny feeling that's what's going to happen. Eric Chu's go past Eric Dong, of course. I think he's in the pits. I believe he's serving that penalty. Hinojas is also, by the looks of it, in the pits again and possibly serving his penalty. So there's been a couple of penalties that's really going to shape up the field here. 31 minutes on the clock, and Charles Ho's just gone past Eric Dong, but he's just coming out, and obviously we know that Dong's in the pits. Ludwig still giving it a go with Michael Stubbs. Oh, Dong, what have you been doing? Coming out of the pit lane. Hinojas, Dong and Juan Namak, I believe, coming out of the pit lane together. But Stubbs is now closing in on the back of Ludwig for this battle for second place. At the moment, Alex Shen, though, bud, has been defending like a trooper.
And Stubbsy, of course, a different class, doing a fantastic job, do you have to say there too, James, because he's in a different class field and he's just sitting back at the moment having tea and crumpets and enjoying the situation in P4, enjoying this race up the road. And just to let you know, those drivers that serve those drive-through penalties do not count as a pit stop. So they had to go back into pit road and cost a little bit more time.
They definitely do. So hopefully, unless they've already pitted, which does look like the situation, as we see Michael Stubbs, Ludwig. Did Shen go in as well? Shen didn't. So Shen's going here. Can Ludwig and Stubbsy undercut Michael Shen? Well, they're both into the pits at the same time. So that's going to be an interesting one for Alex Shen. He's got to get on his bike a little bit now here and try and get round this circuit as quickly as possible. Power chasing down Gilbert down here in 11th and 10th. They're just going round turn 2 at the moment on that run up into 3 here. He's going to go slight going right, and then we're going to be away for Max Power as we're coming up the hill into turn 4. We've got to stay off that outside line as best we can. Take a little bit of a curve. Don't do that in front, Gilbert, because you're going to be in trouble. But he's managed to hold on to it. But Max Power, Michael Gilbert, less than a second apart at the moment.
Yeah, you got to keep your cool, calm, and collective, considering pit stops are going all around you at the moment. So your engineer's screaming in your ear at the moment, James, going, box here, pace. You don't want to be held up too much. You certainly do not want to be making near mistakes right now, because the in-laps and out-laps are crucial. Let's see what the situation, as you mentioned, because Mr. Shen's staying out at the moment. Let's see whether or not that undercut the pit stops between both of Ludwig and Stubbs is going to come out and play.
Stubbs and Ludwig both come out of the pit. Stubbsy did get in front of Jason Ludwig in the pit stop cycle. Jake Wishmeyer, who we know has had a bit of a rough one, let's just put it that way, so has had a bit of a rough one. He's chasing down Arthur Chu. We are waiting to see if Alex Shen's going to dive in. We will pick up with Stubbs and Ludwig to see where they are. Shen is in now. Where is Michael Stubbs? He's up by turn 4. He's got a bit of a way to go here, Biggles, but it's not impossible for him to be jumping Alex Shen. If Shen can get it stopped on the dime here as well, he needs to get it stopped, don't reverse, don't mess it up, don't get it wrong, just get it stopped, because that will survive him when Stubbs and Ludwig come through. He's into the box right about now. Boom, they can go. Right, where is Stubbsy here at the moment? He is on his run down into turn 11, isn't he?
Cross the line, James.
No, Stubbs is
in
turn 11. Coming down into 12. So it's all about what Alex Shen is going to be able to do here once more, Biggles.
And Namek has made a little mistake for the number 3 machine into that one of the final turns of the third sector as well. Tim Medusa made a mistake earlier, but more than likely they've got no really places to lose. And here we go. Mr. Stubbs going to be coming around the final corner right now. James, get on the loud pedal. Number 7, Circle Spirit Machine. Where is he going? He's full speed ahead, James. Will it be enough? Will he take Stubbsy?
Oh, he's got Shen as well. Shen's just coming out of the pits in the background. What about Ludwig? Ludwig's got Shen as well. Oh. So Ludwig got Shen there, as Shen unfortunately didn't nail that pit stop and is now dropped behind Jason Ludwig and Michael Stubbs here once more. You can see, though, I'm not sure why Stubbs' time's not registered that he did actually pit here as well. So I'm not quite sure why that hasn't come up and taken it off. I saw him go into the pits for Stubbs.
He's P3 now.
Yeah, he is P3, but he has pitted.
He has boxed, He's essentially the net leader for pit stops, but we do know Rodriguez has such a lead. And Mr. Ho in P2, well, that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to pan out than that. Mr. Chu, of course, the second man in the championship in P7 for the number 8 machine. So we'll see what he could do, James, for the possibility of damage limitation, I have to say, in his championship hopes.
Definitely there once more. As I say, Stubbs has pitted. He did pit.
It's not bad for an AM driver, mate. He's right up in the field.
Mate, the only fear is, at the moment, he's showing that Michael Stubbs' pit stop was over 7 seconds shorter than everybody else's. Everybody's round about the 36-minute mark. And even Rodriguez, I think, has just done it as well. Rodriguez's pit stop was a little bit shorter at the same time. So they've got to be... it's going to be an interesting one here, and it's going to be a little bit careful.
They only have to take gas, right? Because they can't go 100%, right, with that gas tank. But tyres are optional. So imagine to me, just took a little splash and dash.
Well, yeah, but splash and dash with 25 minutes remaining.
Hey, don't shoot the messengers, my friend. Just
I'm just saying,
race.
you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? They're going to be, I think it's going to be really close. Rodriguez was in for the same time. His was about 6 seconds faster than some of the others. In fact, at certain points of it as well with Rodriguez's pit stop. You know, Rodriguez went over and did the stop. His complete stop. Pit stop time was 27.1. So, and everybody else's was above the 30. So,
Well, that's the reason why the man's leading championship, because he can make a pit stop early, quicker, and better than everybody else. And obviously, Mr. Ted down there in the pit road has timed him perfectly. So we'll see.
and I've
But
also,
Mr. Rodriguez is on fire, isn't he? In the 55 machine, he's just he's cruising on by and should be good for a race victory as long as he does not make any mistakes, James.
no, I think also as well, that's why their numbers have not cleared, because the program has a 30-second minimum time limit on pit stops. Wasn't obviously for everybody else, was over 30 seconds, but for Stubbs and Rodriguez, they were under 30 seconds. So I have just reduced it now as well, but it won't clear for this race. Unfortunately, it will clear for Charles Ho, but it isn't going to clear for Rodriguez and Stubbs. So they have pitted here once more,
Yeah.
and that's what the problem was.
Charles goes in, and keep an eye on the battle there for Max Power. He's putting pressure on the back there.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
He's also pitted as well, but it was another one under the 30-second pit window time that I had.
Yeah, come on, Red Baron. You're down there in the pit road, mate. Give us your clock timing there. Get the old TikTok watch out there and give us the real
TikTok.
thing. TikTok.
You can see it now, can't you? Red
Come
Baron.
on, Maxi Power, mate. Get it on.
Maxi Power
Get that
needs
Porsche
the
up
willpower.
there.
Let's go, Max Power.
Oh, Will Power's going to murder you, mate. He comes from Queensland, Australia. He comes around in my neck of the woods. When I'm playing golf with him, I'm going to have him call you, right? When I'm playing golf with him in Lee Diffie.
Right,
We're going to be Mr. James, all right? Let's talk to you, all right, about this power situation. Let's see.
all right, well, you ring me up with willpower playing golf on a golf thing. I'll be very
with Lee
impressive.
Diffie, mate. I
All
guarantee you it's going to happen, mate. We're all in the same neck of the woods in Australia, right? We have this little
All right.
mutual relationship.
Well, you let me know, as we're going to go on board with Max Power. Round turn one, we go on the run down into two. Michael Gilbert's putting up the defenses now as well. Here for Gilbert. Power's going to try and look up the inside. He's put Gilbert off. Gilbert's got the late apex. Power took the early one, and Gilbert's come running out here. Off through turn three we go. And it is Michael Gilbert who looks like he's going to survive. What's happening up here with Jason Ludwig and Stubbs? They're back at the battle. They're back at the battle here as well. Stubbsy and Ludwig for the final podium position.
Let's ride on board right now if we can with the Fear the Cage 80s 97 machine. Let's see how it feels to be a racing driver, James. Putting the pressure on right now, Mr. Stubbsy. And Stubbsy's a different class. Remember, Stubbsy's in an A class of his own at the moment. Clearly way with the advantage at the moment. Like we're saying, hey, come to my club. If you want to be the pros, my friend, let's see how to handle it like a pro driver.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's going to be pushed over to the side. Is Stubbs going to be able to hang on here? He's into turn one. Ludwig's going to try that cutback. He is going to be able to get it. They're going to be side by side in the run into two. Who's going to get it, Stubbs or Ludwig? Ludwig's got the cutback. Stubbsy's got the inside. Stubbs is going to go on to the brakes. Round he goes. Ludwig's going to run him too wide out the exit of two. Now we've got the short, sharp sprint. Off up into three. Ludwig's got the inside. Stubbs did give you room there, Jason. You know, he definitely did on the run up into four. And then we've got Alex Shen trying to make up the time in the background. But at the moment, it's still Michael Stubbs leading from Jason Ludwig here for the final second, third, and fourth places.
And if you can get a British commentator to start using Australian slang like Stubbsy, yes, exactly, James, you said it, I heard it. And Stubbsy's doing the job. The whole job's been a little bit of a mistake through the S's. Now he's going to be under massive pressure, but there's nobody to go around. Side by side, James, this is amazing entertainment. You better be tuning in. You better be liking and subscribing this because it's Sunday racing driving on a Monday night.
Yeah, Sunday Drive Racing on a Monday. We do laugh at that, and that's they know that as well. But it's been an interesting battle so far. Stubbs and Ludwig still going at it. Shen just coming into the background. So there's been movements throughout the field. You see Alex Shen coming back in. He was quite far back after he's put stops. He's put stellar times on the board, partly because these guys have been fighting, still fighting. Stubbsy and Ludwig still scrapping it out. Shen's in there as well. Don't go any anywhere. These last 20 minutes here, Biggles, are going to be fireworks.
Yeah. Half a car length down the road there. It's going down the main stretch at the moment. Here we go. 600 lengths to go. 600 to go. And there it is. I'm trying to cast it like a horse race partner, but I can't do it because Stubbs is doing a fantastic defensive job. He has to go middle. Has to go off the racing line. Where are the other drivers going to go? 97's going to go to the inside. Can Ludwig get an exit speed? He got it. He did it. He eventually had it done. Fear the cage, no more.
Fear the cage is now for Stubbs to try and get a hold of. He's now going to be trying to get into the back of this Fear the cage. He wants to see whether or not he can replace him. Can he hang on? Is Shen going to make a move as well? Can Alex Shen get himself onto that final podium position? Or will Stubbs and Ludwig? They're still battling it out. Shen goes in a little bit deep. Come on, son. You got to keep it on the track to make that move. But you can see Jason Ludwig's opening up a bit of a gap here, and you said Rodriguez out in front by 19 seconds.
And on top of this, got to keep an eye on Mr. Eric Chu in the 8 machine. He's actually gaining on Chris at the moment for the 296 Ferrari, so that's another little battle that's be forming. But yes, you got to remember too, Mr. Stubbs is in a class of his own, my friend. His closest competitor is Wishmere down in P11. He's got no problems. He's just loving it, battling it out with the pro Top Guns.
Well, he definitely is. He's giving it a good old go. Why not? If you've got the pace, battle away, son. That's what I say. Absolutely battle away. So Shen, Stubbs and Ludwig. Then we've got Michael Gilbert. He's still fighting it out with Max Power in front of him. Arthur Chu's got a little bit of a gap before he can get onto the back of Alex Dong. But it is the Shen battle. The Shen Stubbs battle. Ludwig's on his bike. He said, you take care, adios, senorita. I am gone. As Alex Shen is sitting here now. Shen's going to go up the inside of one. Is Stubbs going to lose another position? There's going to be a little bit of door rubbing. Yes, Alex Shen has gone through.
Yeah, good fight there from Mr. Stubbs. I think at the moment he's just like, all right, guys, I need to bring this puppy home, all right? You know, got to take the puppy out for a walk every once in a while, and he's doing a fantastic job. He can hang with them right now and clearly be the top of his class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, likely, I want to see what Mr. Shu's going to do in the background here because he's trying to damage limitation. He's got Chris up the road there. He's got pretty much the boss man in town, so don't take the boss man out, partner. But the boss man is defending in that Ferrari, and let's see the powerhouse of Mr. Shu to see if that McLaren versus Ferrari. Wow, that is a battle you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Round turn 4. You know the answer to your question. Yes, he has pitted, but the default pit stop time was 30 seconds to clear off the number. Tony's pit stop time was 28.4. That's why the number hasn't cleared. Okay, so I have lowered the default down to 25 seconds, which should make it a little bit easier. But when they did it under the 30 second, I set it at 30 seconds because I thought that's what it would be. Michael Stubbs, Tony Rodriguez and Max Power have all done under 30-second pits.
Oh, he's going from the inside there, James. I don't know what he's going to back off. And just to let you know, Stubbsy got a drive-through penalty. You've cursed him, James, not me. So Stubbsy now could be under threat a little bit from Wishby a little bit in their class, but keep an eye, your eyes glued on the battle between Chris and Eric for the battle for P5 and P6. I'll live it on your pictures. In fact, that'll be a battle for P4 and P5, James, with the serve through that Stubbs will have to serve.
Yeah, why is Stubbsy got a drive through? Do we know?
I guess it's just off-track limits that my friend talked to, Mikey about that one. No, Mikey, no, I don't know. I don't make those decisions, but that has been called by race control. So unfortunate for him, but fortunate for some of these drivers here that are battling it out in the championship. Who's going really wide on the outside there and ahead of them too? Who was that?
Yeah, that was Stuart Namak. There.
Getting out of the way.
Yeah, he's trying to move out of the way for the leaders. Eric Chu, well, not leaders, people in front of him. Eric Chu, Chris Namak here as well. Looks like Stubbs has gone in. He's going to serve his drive-through. What's going to happen with Eric Chu? Can Chu get into fourth? Can he get past Chris Namak? That's going to be the interesting thing here once more. Or will Chris hold him here for the next 15 minutes, Biggles? 15 minutes of racing.
Oh, Chris is going to be a fantastic driver. He doesn't have to. Yeah, no blue flags here, James. We won't get into that situation, but Chris is going to be driving his pants off this one.
Don't make
and
me.
Is he going to be friends with Tony Rodriguez and say, Tony, I'm going to save you a couple of points here in the championship of your closest competitor, or is a game on, would be the question. Because now, unfortunately, as you had mentioned, there was a drive-through as well from Mr. Stubbs. So Stubbs will fall behind this pairing that you're seeing right now. 15 minutes to go, James. Great battling, great action, and enjoy.
Yeah, I thought Stubbs was going to go at the inside of 12 there as well. Not Stubbs, Chew, sorry. Stubbs has taken his drive through. He's 15.5 seconds back. He's still 3.3 ahead of Charles Ho. Currently, Stubbs sitting in 6th place. Chris Nammock defending the life of that very, I was going to say beautiful looking Ferrari. It's a very odd looking Ferrari with that big old rear back end on it. I've never seen Ferraris normally look a little bit more sleeker than that, but that looks, yeah, very interesting.
Well, James, I got 3 of them parked in my garage, man. You can take one of them out if you want to have a spin. Really check the rear end of my Ferrari up. And I think it's going a little bit pole-shaped on that one, but here we go. Let's check the race cars out for the ACC Sunday Driving Racing League. Round 5, Season 3, James. Feels like we're getting older, mate. We are getting older.
When do you ever have a Ferrari?
Well, have you visited my garages, plural? No.
No, because you're miles away. You know what I mean? I have to be on
Yeah,
there.
exactly. They're at like 20 grand here in Panama. So it's nothing,
yeah, but are they actually Ferraris or are they Robert Reliant engines in a Ferrari's body or something like that?
I don't ask those questions with the locals here, my friend. He just looks like a Ferrari, drives like a Ferrari, screams like a Ferrari, and Chris is driving it like a Ferrari. I can tell you that right now. He's defending. You got to minister too. He was the man that put that sucker essentially on pole. Had to serve a drive-through, and now fighting his way back up. Chris is saying, not on my watch, my friend. Have you seen the Italian GP? We had a Ferrari driver in P on the podium position, and Chris has got to basically fight his way up to get that podium position. But unfortunately, 16 seconds down the road there from Mr. Shen.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a job done for Nammock. I don't think if he can hold on, it will be amazing. We're on the inside. We're going to have the outside for the final corner. Chris is holding on here. He's like a cliffhanger on the edge of a cliff, hanging on by his fingertips. I can tell you that much. He's battling. He's doing an absolutely stellar job as Chris Nammock, but I don't know how much longer he can hold him back for.
Yeah, well, right on board at the moment, James. Give us a bird's eye view of the second man in the championship, knowing that the man's going to lead this race, probably really wrap up this race to be Tony Enriquez, and he's thinking about how many points has Tony taken away from me in my fighting chance to take the championship trophy at the end of the season. That's what he's probably thinking about. Problem is, my friend, there's a Ferrari up the road, and it's driven by Mr. Chris.
Yeah, it is, and that's the 296 in ACC. It's the 296 GT3 car. So yeah, that's why it looks so different to what I think me and you would expect here from a Ferrari. But it's a Ferrari 296, the one in ACC at the moment. So stellar job from them guys once more. I want to have a look at the front of that because he's got a Ferrari front, which is quite interesting. It's really weird. It's like they've taken a mixture of two cars and put them together. I'm not going to lie with that Ferrari.
Well, James, I told you, visit my garage, mate. I'll show you a couple of Ferraris that I have parked in there. But at the moment, Chris is parking that car in all the right places. And that's going to be frustration. You were talking about this before when I said, like, Mr. Eric Chu, he's got to fight his way back through the field after dropping a ton of places, having served that drive-through penalty. Is he driving cool, calm, and collective, or is he getting a little frustrated right now, knowing that, hey, P4 is here? Now, you know, coming to the end of a championship, James, and we've seen it before in Formula One in real life, 1 point could separate the difference when it comes down to the last race. Do you think that's going through his brain right now as a racing driver, going, hey, if I can get this 1 point, it could make all the difference? Now, I'm not quite sure it is 1 point, James, but let's just say, for example, that could be 1 point.
Yeah, he's got 3 points
crucial,
at the moment. Yeah, they are. Every place for Eric Chu is crucial. He's got to basically make sure he's got to try and clear Chris. The problem is for Eric, as you say, the later it gets on, you know, we're breaking into the last 10 minutes now. So in hindsight, 1 minute 45, say call it a flat 2 minutes. They're going to have about maybe 5 laps remaining here as well for Chu, so he's got to try and make the move. The problem is Namek in that 296 is literally putting on the defense of a lifetime here. He's doing the job of, you know, all the defense in an American football team at the moment. He's just stopping Chu. Chu can't get through. So yeah, there's going to be frustrations, and I wouldn't be surprised.
He might be now, James. He got too deep on the outside there. He's going to come back in the inside. He's managed to make it stick there. Has he got it done? He has. He has got it done. One little mistake there for the Ferrari driver as James just cursed him. James. He cursed Chris.
It's a commentator's coincidence. It's a skill issue.
Okay, Mr. Zachary.
Yeah, Zach keeps telling me there's no such thing as a commentator's curse. It's a commentator's coincidence, or it's a bad driving. But yeah, unfortunately, just as I said,
can we see a replay of that, James? What went pearl shaped on that one? Because I'm really curious. Because you'd have to give it to Chris. Was doing such a fantastic job, mate. Well, what went wrong?
He hit the grass on the exit, I can tell you that much. Unfortunately, I can't show you the replay of the overtakes, but yeah, he hit the grass on the exit and that slowed him down. Charles Ho's now having a go with Stubbs. Michael Wishmeyer, who we know, well, Wishmeyer's just been unfortunate. He's been battling away with Michael Gilbert. So let's hopefully that Wishmeyer, the donkey curse. No, Red Baron, stop it. Stop it. So let's see what Wishmeyer can do with Michael
Jack is
Gilbert.
an entertaining driver. We have to give him that credit as well too. Yeah, well, you know what?
He's been putting on his show, isn't he?
Proud, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's keeping his sponsors proud.
He's getting as much airtime as he can as Jake Wishmeyer, and not always, maybe not always sometimes for the right bits. But look, he's done what he needs to do. Charles Ho, have you noticed it's the opposite? Look at Michael Gilbert. Right, so that's Charles Ho. Look at Michael Gilbert's livery. Yeah. So they're in the same team, Michael Gilbert and Charles Ho. They're in the Kevin and Guyon Racing, right? Now look at Michael Stubbs' livery. And
he's just dropped a place. Maybe dropping a place there, James. Let's have a look at this one.
Oh, yes.
He delivers it through the S's.
Through, yeah. He's going to come through on the inside.
Oh no! It's a synchronized spin too, James. Just like that, choreographed perfectly. So...
And they make contact.
He called it.
Yeah, and now Wishmeyer and Gilbert. So it's like the two teams are battling it out here once more. So a stellar job here from all of these guys. Wishmeyer is actually in the same team as Stubbs Hillo. I didn't realise that.
The donkey's curse right now, isn't it? Apparently, according to the Red Baron. So yeah, listen to the Red Baron Chronicles, my friend. You'd better read those novels every once in a while. The Red Baron knows what is going on here in this race. 7 minutes and change to go. Tony Enriquez untouchable.
Yeah, he's done he's done an absolutely stellar job. He's out in front by 15 seconds. He hasn't really seen much of him. Hey guys, this is not the time to be tandeming. It isn't, but they have, unfortunately. Wishmeyer and Gilbert and Stubbs and Charles Ho, they've been battling away here as well. Same liveries, same teams, and it's been an interesting one, should we say. So let's see what happens as we go into the last 7 minutes of racing here. You've got to think we've had, 53 minutes of just constant battling. There's been battles all the way through the circuit.
We have 53 minutes or 53 minutes. You're British. Yeah, you got to practice your English, partner.
I said 53. 3.
I'm going to pick on you for that one. It's a ta. It has the ta.
It's not 3. It's 3.
You said 3.
No, I did not. Did I? Oh, I don't know. Biggles, look.
Red Baron, you're going to stick up for me on that
get
one.
Over.
Anyway.
It's 6:15 in the morning. Knock it off. Jack Wishmeyer, Michael Gilbert.
I'll give you that one. Plus, you had to take the puppy out for a little bit of adventure outside. So here we go.
4:15.
Adventures are all around, my friend, because you can see that adventures. You can see your eyes glued on that one. So, Mr. Wishmeyer that has wishing he can get his not little, of course, a mighty horsepower McLaren plus 71 machine up the road.
Yeah, but can he do it cleanly? We've seen other overtakes go a little bit wrong for Wishmeyer this evening, so hopefully he'll be able to do it cleanly this time. and keep him and Michael Gilbert on the circuit. They're going down into turn. I'm neutral, says Red Baron. Good job. Well done, mate. That's the way I like it.
Yep. Sitting on the fence.
Yeah, he's got splinters in his bum. So there we go. Wishmeyer and Charles Ho battling away as they're coming round. He's gone. Oh, really?
Oh no! Again.
Really?
We've seen this so many times there, James. A little tap. They go synchronizing. It's not the Olympics, gentlemen. It is a murder race.
I wonder if.
So easy, isn't it?
Do you know? I don't really know what to say.
Here we go. James is going to be.
I really don't know what to say, right? Normally at this point I would go off on a rant and sit back and go, like, why are you trying to make a gap that ain't actually there, right? You know what I mean? Give yourself a break. We'll have a look back and see if I can catch it quick.
Oh, you always have to have those replays, don't you? Of these.
Right, I've already missed it, unfortunately, because it went too far. Let's see if I can. I'm not going to be able to get it, unfortunately. Right. Now, I think me and Mr. Wishmeyer need to have a chat. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to be rude.
Stewardess room turn into a broadcasting debrief.
You cannot. Right.
I wouldn't want to be in a broadcasting debrief with James. I can tell you that right now.
No, you can understand what Wishmeyer would say in the steward's room, right? He would go, "I was ahead of him," right? Okay. Now, we can establish the fact that at the end of the day, every overtake that you've gone and dived for has turned into an incident. You know what I mean? You had an incident with Power. You've just had an incident as well with Michael Gilbert, right? And there was another one as well. I can't remember who it was. I forgot to write that one down. But
well, Mr. Dong now, James, real quick, has got drive-through penalty. So that may be a part of that. I'm not quite sure if that was relevant, but he has drive-through.
No, Eric Dong, obviously, he unfortunately wasn't involved in it. I'm not saying he might not, though, because Wishmeyer is behind him. So many post-race penalties incoming. Yeah. I can see that, and I am sure.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
So I am sure Jake is a good driver, and we've seen it over the season. Now,
James, careful with your words.
I'm trying to pick my words wisely, Biggles, because you cannot make gaps when gaps ain't there. You know, you didn't wake up, you didn't spark up ACC, you didn't get in your car, and you must have known that you were getting in to a McLaren. We haven't just gone to the circus and you've jumped in a Dodgem car driving around a track banging into people. You know what I mean? Let's get a little bit of a realism in the situation. Everybody that Wishmeyer has overtaken has unfortunately gone off the side of the circuit, right? I'm not going to lie. There's, apart from the one with Juan Namak and Rael Tova, who went so far to the opposite side of the track because they knew he was coming, he couldn't hit him even if he wanted to. But
he's been entertaining, James. He's been entertaining. He's giving us a little bit of live action, of course. So Hungary is not a boring race. It hasn't been a boring race, considering that Mr. Charles Ho at the moment is not keeping this boring because he's on the back of Mr. Stubbs that had to serve that drive-through penalty. So, James, he's going to make his way up to P6. So before we go to the stewarding inquiry, a.k.a. Mr. James Parfitt, into the steward's room, let's see how it pans out with 2 minutes and change in this race.
Yeah. Tonight's not his night. Well,
what about a race driver has a bad night? You know,
yeah, oh, come on! Right, a bad night.
Oh, here we go.
Is having an accident and spinning the car, right, or once or twice, or making a dodgy overtake once. Not every single one. Like, I get it. Wishmeyer may have had he might have woken up this morning and the missus might have given him grief as soon as he's opened his eyes up. The dog's pooed on the carpet. The baby's screaming. The electricity bills come in, threatening him with cutting it off. I understand that. But don't get into the McLaren and think you're in a Dodgem car. It doesn't give you the right, no matter how bad a day you've had. But you cannot come onto the race circuit and just say, I'm just going to knock you over. You know, we ain't playing 10-pin bowling. It ain't
but it's a great way to de-stress yourself after a hard day of work. Get out the racetrack there. Just throw the car into the corner, okay? If it stinks, it stinks. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, we're on the last lap now. If it don't work, we'll just use the geezer in front to have a stop, shall we? Don't you worry about it, mate. It's all right.
This is the entertainment you're going to get in the Sunday racing driving, and you have to tune into the JP Broadcasting Network because you're not going to find this anywhere else, I can guarantee you. Anywhere else in the world, you're going to find that the likes of Mr. James, myself, and any of the other fantastic commentators that present these fantastic leagues are going to get into this conversation, right? It's real. It's 100% legit. We don't beat around the bush. We get involved, and we appreciate your responses out there in the chat to be a part of this community. There's no right or wrong, okay? Because you can't win against James. So you just accept it and roll on, and rolling on, Mr. Rodriguez will be James.
Yeah, Rodriguez is on his way in now as well. I love Red Baron there as well. He took his spotter's advice of being consistent, literally. So there we go.
See how to diffuse the situation.
Yeah, Tony Rodriguez. Tony Rodriguez is going to come over on lap 33. Take this victory. He has done a stellar job. Even my puppy sat next to me looking at me, just shaking his head currently at the moment as well. He's shaking his head, just saying, Dad, calm down. It's early. You've got plenty of time left in the day. Don't ruin it already. Tony Rodriguez coming round the final corner. Here we go. He's going to come over the line. There's the checker.
Tony Rodriguez, a 55 machine, delivers a solid and accelerating performance. And guess what, my friend? If you're hungry, well, Hungary's yours.
Yeah, definitely has there as well. Charles Ho in 7th, trying to get past Michael Stubbs, of course. They're on their way on that run down from 11 into 12. So great job from these guys. Jason Ludwig's come over the line. He's taken the 3rd place spot here. And then Alex Shen has also been crossed the line as well. But who's going to get it between Michael Stubbs and Charles Ho? Time will tell as they're going to be coming over the line. You can see Namak has finished in 5th place. Great job from him. What about this battle? Is it going to be Stubbs? Is it going to be Ho? Ho's going to try and get him on the run down to the line, but I think it's going to be Michael Stubbs. Michael Stubbs is going to come over the line and take this victory. Great run from Stubbs. He did finish in 6th place. We're just waiting for everybody else to come over the line. Jake Halloran's in the pits. Eric Dong will be the last one there. Bravo to all the racers and to my boys Stubbs and Luis Hanojes. Well, yeah.
Stubbsy was absolutely fantastic. Great job there, Baron, because Stubbsy had a P3 position. He had to go serve a drive-through penalty, but the man still dominated his class, and that's the key that he needs in his championship.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, though, because Hanojes is not in the session anymore. So
yeah, true, actually.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's full retirements, James, I think.
Yeah.
Trover, Medusa, and Hellerman, I think it was retirements.
Definitely.
Yeah, the puppies came there and chewed on the cable that plugs in your race control rig and pulls the cable out.
My puppy does a fine job, bless him.
Yeah, your puppy's going to be doing that soon. And James is going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't know why the pictures aren't working anymore. The puppy's decided to chew on the cable.
No, he's in his bed next to me, Biggles. Stop being pedantic.
All right. Yeah. But James, we haven't really shown too much of Tony Rodriguez, but what a performance. I mean, just if you don't show a camera on a driver that's leading a race, aka Max Verstappen, then you know you delivered a great job.
Yeah, we have. Tony Rodriguez is in your winner with Jason Ludwig in 2nd, Alex Shen in 3rd, Eric Chu 4th, Chris Namak in 5th, Michael Stubbs 6th, Charles Ho 7th, Rich Lee in 8th, Max Power 9th, Jake Wishmeyer in 10th, Barbachu 11th, Michael Gilbert 12th, Eric Dong 13th, Luis Hanojes and Raul Toba and Jaime Mendoza there as well. So let's see if we can have a chat as well. Here, I'll tell you what, let's start off. We better have a chat with the winner, right? Because obviously, Tony Rodriguez has...
Tony, what were you doing the whole race? Because we didn't see you.
Yeah, I think
that's my question.
I think the interesting thing for Tony was the fact that he just got out in front. He then went home, picked up Yuna, chapped him in the side of the car, and they were just driving around the circuit together. Hello, Tony, how are you, fella?
I'm good. That was I had to stop for a second and put her in the passenger seat, and that was fine. We were fine.
Yeah, you must have brought her in. She could have drove the last 5 laps for you. You probably still would have won. That was come on. That was a stellar job, right?
Thank you. I mean, if it wasn't for Eric getting the drive through at the beginning for jumping the start, we would have had a race.
Oh, that's what it was. We didn't know what the drive-through
How
was.
did he
but it
jump?
was early and, yeah.
How did he jump the start on a rolling start?
Yeah, he was too far forward at the start, and I think he was speeding, and so it dinged him for it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like right on the line of like being good, and then like my speed was just under.
Yeah.
So at that point,
I saw him
Tony,
ahead,
like,
and I was like, "Oh, he's jumped it."
and at that point, Tony's like, "Oh, the race is mine." Okay,
the
fine.
race is mine. I'm good.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I can do this. It's fine. No worries there as well. You went on. It was pretty much a Sunday drive for you. It's been helped in the championship standings. That's going to put you really close going into the final race at Kota.
Yeah, Eric and I are going to have a battle for sure. He needs to be consistent in the race, and I need to bring pace. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Tony, real quick there, was there anything in this race, because unfortunately we don't have any pictures on you because you're just out by like 10 seconds and 10, 12 seconds. Was there any moment in the race that you thought, oh, I've got to push it too far, I've had a problem, or you had back markers? What was?
Yeah, final corner. I had a moment. The car almost spun on me because I was running tires for the whole race. I didn't take a change for tires, and the rears were not happy.
Yeah, but you have gone on and taken that victory, and you did it quite convincingly, Tony, I've got to be honest. So congratulations on that one, mate. Going into Kota. Now, we've changed the dates, everybody. As we know, I find out quite short notice, Mr. Rodriguez, who has changed the date. So we are back next week at Kota, okay? You don't have to wait 2 weeks. Season finale at Kota as well. But, Tony, stellar job as always, mate. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, as always, Yumna, and then my my teammate Alex holding it down in P3.
Yeah, we definitely did. I'm gonna have a
You
chat.
don't have any pets, partner? That James has a new puppy. You don't have any pets that are running around in your racing?
Yeah, I got 2 cats. I
Oh,
like Lenny and George.
We got to shout out the cats, mate.
You got to shout out the
lucky.
cats. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cats.
Do you know what? Yeah, anyway, let's not... Tony, we'll have a talk off air about my cat situation.
All right.
I'll catch up with you soon. But there we go. Tony,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everybody, and we'll speak about it soon.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Right, let's have a chat. We're going to go top to bottom. And the man in the middle was Mr. Jason Ludwig here as well. Finished second place, Jace. Check you out this evening. Welcome in, bud.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it definitely is, mate. We haven't spoken for a while, to be honest.
Oh, I know we haven't.
No. This was a good one for you, mate. You did well, wasn't it? Battling away up through the field and getting in there.
Yeah, it was quite the struggle getting through, actually, because being behind Alex for that long, it was constant concentration and, making sure I was keeping just enough distance but not losing time.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Managing the gap. I think that's, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Managing the gap and making sure that you can then make the overtake. But once you made the overtake, Jason, you were gone.
Yeah, I think I feel a little bad because I did tap him at one point. I gave him the room to go back in front, but he had a little bit of damage from that. I think that's what got me the better time, or the overtake, because I overtook him in the pits, and he had to repair damage a little bit. So I could see when I was behind him for most of the race. I mean, it was a little bit before and after I hit him, but he was pushing out in certain slower speed turns. So I think part of that was due to the damage. But, it's racing. That's the way it goes. And it was really fun to race against him like that, actually. I love when you have just, no one's winning for a while, kind of constant pressure on each other to make a move,
Yeah, I did like the fact that you used the terminology, you hit him. So are you taking responsibility for that incident that happened in turn 3?
I won't take full responsibility. I did get in there a bit aggressively, but, he did kind of track out wide. And,
Think of the sponsors, think of the sponsors, mate. You can't be saying that legally on air.
he kind of swung out a bit wide. And I think I had some room to nudge in there, and I think he didn't want me in there. So
The diplomatic way of saying, yes, I did accidentally hit him there.
If you're a
So-
Formula One driver, mate, you'd say no, that he hit me, he run me off the track, blah, 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 because I'm legally obligated to say that.
I know, but I'm not a Formula One driver.
No.
I'm a
Yes.
SimGT3 driver.
Yes.
I don't get paid to do this. So
No.
I wish I did.
But there you go, mate. You did have a good job as well. Excellent. Congratulations on your second place there, bud. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out my teammate Eric Wong. We didn't practice much before this race, but he made a good setup, and I got some practice in with it before the race. It didn't take a lot of dialing in. Maybe there's a little bit of extra pace we could have gotten out of it, but I wouldn't have had nearly as good of a setup in that short a span of time on my own. So big shout out to Eric for always making the good setups with limited time.
Yeah, Hashbound has said, good job, Mr. Wig. Rubbing is racing, brother. So I don't know who that is, but I presume he knows who you are.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Oh, well, there you go. Right. Well done, Jace. Congratulations. We'll see you in a week's time. Don't forget, at Coda.
I'll see you at Coda.
Take care, buddy. Right.
Speaking of back on Texas, James, who's next?
We're going to have a chat with the third place man this evening, Mr. Alex Shen, who's had a great battle with Michael Stubbs. He's had a battle with Jason Ludwig, and he did finish on the podium as well. He's got to be happy with that one. Alex Shen, welcome into the booth, dear sir.
Hello, thanks. I mean, I'm back in here again.
Hey,
Second time in a row.
hey, look.
That's something to celebrate.
Absolutely. You're, to be fair, right, and I'm going to give you credit here because you've driven well this season, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I want to say the Porsche was very hard to drive last season, so I'll put part of the blame on that, but also being teammates with Tony, he always gives me really good tips. Watching him drive, I always learn something from him. Gives me tips on how to set up cars too. Sometimes I do it well, sometimes I don't, and then usually he'll just give me a setup and I'm instantly quicker. So I'm
Does
very
he give you tips
grateful.
to somehow find him up the road, like about 30 seconds?
Oh, he won't give him that many, mate. He ain't going to give up all of his secrets, is he?
There are certain races I'm able to keep up with him, just not this one. He's just a lot better on tires right now. I can maybe match his pace on a 1 lap or 2 lap basis, but in a full enduro sim, I can't do it. I'm too trigger happy on the accelerator.
Yeah.
For sure.
You did have some good battles, though, with Michael and obviously Jason throughout the race. You know what I mean? What was it like being in that three-way battle at one point? Because you come out of the pits, you must have thought, oh, my dearie me, what have I done? Because you come out of the pits behind them both, and you went in front of them.
Yeah, I did feel like the undercut's pretty strong here. I just figured I was going to be a little stubborn and just stay out. I did get a little bit of damage from the racing incident.
When Jason hit you mean?
Overall. Oh, he did hit me, but also, I don't know, it's probably just a racing incident.
He come in with a diplomatic view as well, so don't you worry.
Yeah.
None of you blamed each other.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know. We'll just call it a racing incident.
Yeah,
because he was my teammate at one point, and I love battling with him. It's truly an honor, and to see him also see how much he's developed as a driver too, and it's amazing. So
it's probably best to keep it clean. You know what I mean? We are
yeah, exactly. And I know
you
he wants to keep it clean. I try to keep it clean. Accidents do happen.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course as well. Going into Kota though, what do we think? It's one of them circuits.
I'm very hopeful for Kota. I know with right now the Kuno's BOP for ACC is kind of weird. So the car didn't feel strong here, but I've heard it's strong at Kota. So maybe I won't have to work as hard.
Yeah, maybe, but I think you've probably cemented.
We'll see.
I think you've cemented your third place in the championship. To be honest, I'm not saying it's not impossible for you to catch the guys, but they are quite a way in front, aren't they?
Yeah, Eric and Tony are quite up there. So
yeah, but well done.
But overall, yeah, I mean, I got lucky too. I think there's some people that should be up there that aren't. So I'm fortunate.
Well, I promise you, my friend, that that the Sunday Racing League will not break your trophy. Okay. If you do get it at the end of the championship.
Yeah, don't pull a Lando, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not there as well. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Once again, I'll shout out my girlfriend. She's always so supportive of me doing all this. I had a race before this, and she was just like, "Okay, whatever, do your thing." But yeah, thank you guys for hosting a great broadcast for us and keeping it entertaining.
Yeah, definitely as well.
So, when's your anniversary? And
Sometime in November.
You better not be racing on that day, my friend. You better not be racing on that day. I guarantee that.
I think last year we did, and then we celebrated it later. So that's how great she is.
Okay.
She's willing to push it off.
Lovely.
But this year I don't think so.
Yeah.
Behind
This year.
every great racing driver is an even better woman. So
Yeah.
pay attention, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Well, you take care, Alex, and we'll catch up with you soon, bud.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
And you, no dramas. Well, there we go, Biggles. Brings us another end of the Sunday Drive Racing League on a Monday. Unfortunately, I can't have a chat with Jake Wishmeyer. He doesn't want to come and have a chat with me at the moment. So, unfortunately...
Oh, he's fired. He's fired.
Well, yeah, but final words from you then, Biggles, before we put this to bed?
Yeah, you said that Hungary at the start of the race was one of those semi-boring races that probably in other leagues, James, but not in this racing league, not in the Sunday Racing League on a Monday night. It is exciting, it's fun, and it's proven tonight there was action all over the track, all across the field. And Tony, unfortunately, didn't get to see too much of that because he just dominated that race, and that's all I have to say, James. Looking forward to Texas, my friend. Let's fire at the barbecue.
Yeah, definitely is there. Yuna come in chat and she's like, that's my man, yo. Okay, where is my man? Hello, my man? And he's like out in front by about 30 seconds doing an absolutely stellar job. So, Yuma, well done to you. Thank you guys for coming into us into YouTube chat, the Red Baron and Yuma as well. Hash Brown for popping in. Thank you, James and Dean. Fun listening to you as always as well. Ria Raccoon, who popped in earlier, much love to you. I will see her later on, no doubt, as she watches the broadcast while at work. Jim Boost, Slice the Nice as well. Much appreciated to all of you here as well. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to let Biggles go to bed. So it's been myself, James Parfitt, and the mighty Dean Biggles in the booth. Now, you all take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.